All right. Welcome to Cyberpunk 2045, Session 1. Any corporations, people, or places named in this recording are entirely fictional. Any resemblance to existing people, places, or companies is purely coincidence. This game's going to contain violence, drug use, and coarse language. Viewer discretion advised. It's made up. Just chill out. You get it. So last session was really a test run to see how all of this works. Since we're all rookies, I didn't want to try involving any backstory or personal agendas. Just wanted to run us through session 0 one shot. So this is going to be our first real session with like a plot and shit going on.
Can we still use the little bits of story that we did last time?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, this will be a continuation.
Because we did get some tasty bits of character in there.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good.
This was like in the game. This is like the beginning bit where you're like doing your own thing before you meet Jackie and like the game starts.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was like the prelude.
It's the prologue.
Before your game breaks and you return it.
This is the real game. Yeah. So
16 times in a row. Take it back and store credit.
I have prattled on about this before, but for you boys who haven't heard my endless prattling, this is not really like a game. It's an interactive cooperative story. So, I'm the referee, but it's not my story. You guys are the characters. You're in control. And I'll be sort of willing to like fudge things at some points to keep it moving, but generally my job is just to use the rules to frame like things you can do and give you hooks and make consequences for the things you do. It's not my job to try and kill you or keep you alive. It's not
I
you
think
versus me.
Last time we said you're like the game engine.
Yeah, essentially. So yeah, it's not you
And
versus
the
me.
environment.
We said a couple of other things too.
Yeah.
We almost had a full-on fight, if you remember that.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
Oh, lucky. It's all right.
We'll keep it chilled. So
It's not a game, it's a lifestyle.
Exactly. Your reward for all of this is not going to be like in video games. Best quote to remember is, just because you killed the the big bad guy at the end of the mission, doesn't mean you'll get more XP or better stuff than the guy who came up with a creative way to infiltrate his house and remembered to scan all his documents. And like, I reward wit and creative plays and shit a lot more than just generally killing people. So yeah, just sort of like, we're all new at this. It's okay to trip over your words or to be weird, because improvisation's hard, but it's good to try new things. And I really say, like, just commit, because it's way funnier if you go hard and really try and get into it. Anyway, that's the addendum done. Sorry about that. Besides that, we're just gonna have fun coming at this with no other intention.
I think as the game master, you should never apologize for anything, ever.
I shouldn't, you're right. Thank you. I'll never do that
That
again.
implies you were wrong, which
Exactly.
you will never be.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh my god.
You don't have to apologize for anything.
Alright. So, you guys...
Any off-color jokes or racist remarks are considered just in character.
Yeah, it's all in universe. No one's... Nothing...
I was doing a character.
Yeah. We are not... Our views and opinions are not represented by anything we say in this recording.
Was the game made by a multicultural team of various religion, faiths, and beliefs?
I believe so. I mean, our
Yep.
Saurian seems like
It was.
a good group of guys. Ladies. However they self-identify. Anyway. Alright, let's get started. So, you guys are what is generally referred to as edge runners. You're people who get things done, often without asking many questions. If someone needs to be killed, if someone needs something retrieved, stolen, you can find an edge runner to do it. And edge runners range in morality and capability, but they all follow the same sort of creed, which is do what you need to survive and thrive. To that end, you four have, well, you three and Chad, who is currently not with us. He's on a date. He'll show up later. You four have another bond that ties you together. You all work for the Kick-Ass Escort Company. It's a delivery company run out of a storage unit on the Upper East Side. And the owner, Chad Kick-Ass, is currently not with us, hired you as his co-workers / employees to help handle the mess that is business in Night City. You've all been working together a while, and you found that the location suits your needs fairly well. It's not exactly decided whether or not you all like each other, but you can't backstab each other because you all need to pay rent. You also work with a med techie named Shiro. She's a corporate-born university student fallen on hard times. She's making drugs out of her apartment. It's not great, but she's the team's emergency medical assistant, basically.
Autobiographical.
Yeah. Every one of you is using a handle. It's a tradition that sort of became a necessity for edge runners. You don't want anyone to know your real name.
I don't have a handle.
That is real bad. Well, you're just Cal. I don't think anyone sort of has much on you, because, I mean, what are they going to do?
Sure.
You're in a rough spot.
I guess you're right.
But you all have...
I'll be Mr. Pink.
Mr. Pink. I mean, I assume Freya Glow was a handle, because that sounds made up as shit.
Yeah.
So you all have agents, which are basically like smartphones that connect you to a micronet, which is like the internet, but very localized, specifically to Night City, called the data pool. So you've all been browsing the data pool, and each of you does something different in Night City. So Cal, our techie, why don't you explain what you've got going on and who you are?
Right. So which just is like a backstory thing.
Yeah, sure. What's your deal? What's going on?
All right. Well, Cal's from an oncology family, kind of doing well off, but he was sold off under mysterious circumstances from his family. Spent a few years in servitude and escaped, and now lives in the combat zone near like the medical district or whatever.
Yeah, sort of around the med center.
Med center. Kind of doing odd jobs for local families and gangsters. He's got a few people he's like familiar with, but it's a bad place. That area, he's not doing too great, and needs to get out.
Exactly.
So just not doing too well. Wants to do better than what he's got going on right now.
Yeah, he's definitely he's trying to get on the up and up as a young techie. Right now, Night City isn't really the place where you can just like go down to a local store and buy anything you want. The already difficult economy has been made even more difficult by the latest corporate war, the fourth one, and that wiped out most of the large-scale transportation on the planet. So you're a vehicle handyman, you repair a lot of cyberware, but you deal with a dangerous clientele. Where since Chad's not here, I'll explain what he does. He's solo. He's a professional killer and has been for more than 20 years. I'm not sure exactly how moral he is about it, but if someone needs to die or someone needs to be kept alive, generally a lot of people call him. He's mostly done hits on gang members, a few corpos, cops, media on the down low, but mostly it was people who, say, didn't really like their cousin. He's caught a lot of heat, though, and now he's sort of been forced to run this super discreet delivery service just to cover the bills. And then we got Gent, our rocker boy. Why don't you tell us what your deal is?
Okay, so as you said, Gent, the rocker boy who is trying to amass a fortune and return to his love, Aurelia Ferreira, back in Colombia. Now, Aurelia is a porn star. You can look that up on Google just to verify.
Nice.
So Gent is 21. He had a love affair with Aurelia and encountered financial problems in 2041. He was struggling along in 42 and became a student of Matt Graham, the wilderness instructor from California, who taught him two important lessons. So the first one was how to survive in all different kinds of climates that you can encounter. And the second one was Thai kickboxing. He worked for a dollhouse owner named Oswald Woodman Forrest and made an enemy of him by foiling his plans. And then that takes us up to his most recent encounters. Background-wise, he's from a crime family, grew up in rural Colombia, come to Night City seeking his own fortune. The crime family, obviously by the real name being Martin Septim, is the Septim lineage. But we're talking by the fourth era. By the time things have settled down, the Oblivion Crisis is over, and they can become a crime drug lord family.
Pesky Oblivion Crisis, always getting in the way of regular business.
That's right. You're just doing your business, and then a scamp comes in and throws a fireball. Terrible. So two sisters who are neutral and who have stayed with the family. One brother who was killed in an ongoing conflict, and one brother who hero worships Gent. His name is Dewey Septim, Dughie, and has just moved to Night City recently.
Yeah.
Bum.
Gent is he's sort of at the level of a rocker boy, where he's a charismatic leader of people that uses music to promote a certain message. I don't know if we figured out what kind of message that is exactly. It can be entirely up to you, like beneficial to society, harmful to society, totally self-centered, whatever you want to say through your music.
You're like a musical activist.
That's what most rocker boys are, but their agendas vary wildly.
Right.
So we haven't really figured that out. You can choose. You can choose on a song by song basis if you feel like it.
Well, I mean, I always love the irony of really, really brutal metal that's singing about saving the world.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
That's not metal at all, but because it's so metal, it's just I'm sort of talking. I'm imagining Death Clock, but more Night City-ish.
Aligned with
you know what I mean?
Peace.
Yeah, I mean, in a way. I'm just imagining, Night City, except instead of being ruled by, the corporations, there's just one giant metal band.
There's a band at the top. You gotta top
right. If you think about it, it kind of is. I mean, the shit that happens in that show is just, some futuristic, fucking alter reality where this metal band rules the world and just fucking kills people for no reason.
So you're sort of at the level where you do a lot of basic gigs around Night City. You've never played any corporate zone venues, but then again, most people don't. You've amassed a decent following of fans, some of whom are nice, some you try to avoid, and some you may have had to kill after they attempted to kidnap you or something, but that's just celebrity life.
Gent also owns a guitar shop with a manager, Zach Wild, a techie, Steve Vai, and a Shreddermatic 9000 demonstration bot.
That's true.
And he lives above the guitar shop in Little Tokyo.
He's doing okay. So you get
Zach
recognized.
Wild, Jesus.
Yeah, he really scored on his general manager.
He's alright.
Yeah, you get recognized around town sometimes, but you're still like a starving artist type. You know, like your art is your life, and your life is your art. When it's not, killing people and taking scores. And finally, we're on to Glow.
Well, here are the highlights. My parents were pirates, and I grew up in a pirate fleet, and I'm something of a treasure hunter, or at least I was before I became a fixer in Night City. So I got a lot of friends. I'm an amputee. I got my arm bitten off by a giant genetically modified wolf.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Jesus.
And I've got a record store that's co-run by a robot named Barry.
Yeah, good old Barry Judd.
Need a bit more than that?
That pretty much covers everything, actually. The rest is sort of just like what you're doing right now. So you're widely respected, but you're kind of a weird fixer. Because normally fixers are like go-betweens, deal makers, fences, information brokers, general movers. I think the saying goes, you're not a businesswoman, you're a businesswoman. But rather than
I like it.
take on the burden of clients alone, and risking life and limb to organize their dumbass plans, you've decided to source jobs pretty much exclusively for yourself and the company. And the team sort of relies on you a lot for finding them work because you have the most contacts. But recently they've been coming up empty. So you're all on the hustle.
Yeah, and in terms of that sort of getting like sort of fixer jobs, it's mostly like treasure huntery sort of stuff, like collectibles, rarities.
That's right.
Things from a bygone age,
Yeah,
fun stuff.
You specialize.
Oblivion Crisis.
We keep it light.
You do. I think we said you specialize in like relics and old valuable technology, and also fine alcohol.
Oblivion Gate
Fine
sigil
alcohol.
stones.
So little recap. A couple days ago, Glow got a tip from another fixer named Merrick that Dynalar Tech, a respectable company with ties to the industry giant Biotechnica, was secretly experimenting with cybernetic weaponry and selling it to local gangs. Why? We have no idea. It was a standard hit and run. Drop a virus and wipe some data. And we made it out, but things didn't quite go as planned. It's been a couple days since then. That was a Wednesday. It's a Saturday. And I kind of want to hear what each of you think you've been doing in your downtime. Whenever we have downtime, you guys are doing something. But if you want whatever that is to be a beneficial something, you can do one of two things. You can either acquire an asset, which means you went out and you bought, stole, or otherwise acquired something, depending on how much time or how much it costs. It's only been a couple days, so that wouldn't be anything crazy. Or you can start a long-term project, which I can track over time. And that can be anything from trying to locate someone in hiding to building an entire submarine. Depends on how long you want it to take and what you want to do. So what have each of you been up to? We'll go through the same order as before. So that's Cal, then Gent, then Glow.
What about Shira?
Shira's been making drugs in her apartment, kind of frantically.
Frantically.
Yeah, she's not up to much. She's just trying to pay the bills and chase the latest high of choice.
She's just like Walter Whiting. She feels she's got like 1 year left to live, and she's got to make so many drugs before that year's out.
Jesse, we have to cook every day.
Jesse's just like Smeagol and Gollum,
Yeah. So, Cal, what have you been up to in the last couple days?
Right. Well, he's already got his little mechanic sort of business going on, so I assume he's just been working on any sort of jobs that he has for that. I was thinking maybe in his free time, I reckon he's really taken to this company and like trying to make it work. Maybe he sees it as a sort of, the mechanic business is paying the bills, but he wants more, and he wants to get the fuck out of where he is. So, can I say like he's been working on the what is it, the air jeep?
Yeah, that's right. You guys, I'm gonna show this to you. So you should see a pop-up on your screen in Roll20 that's got like a business card in it.
Yeah. Kick-ass escort company.
Yeah. So that little aero jeep there is what we've been using for our deliveries. Here's a little stat page if you want to see like what it actually does and shit too. But
Dude, that looks like a World War II like German armored car, except flying.
yeah, it's a little different. Like our version's a little different to what's in the picture. So
Oh yeah, we have a roof.
yeah, it's
Got some Jack Kirby vibes as well.
It's not open cover. It's a hard top, and the LMG you can see that's attached to it is actually housed in the dash. You have to pull it out, so it's not actually visible when you're driving, and the windshield can come up on both sides. The chassis is like kind of old, but it's pretty sturdy, and you guys will have the opportunity to customize the vehicle and mod it and shit later on. Right now it's pretty bare AV. Carries 5 people and I think it has 2 cargo slots with like 650 kilo capacities in each one. So, yeah.
Yeah, plenty of loot.
So, yeah, it's good for carrying expensive machinery in small boxes and human cargo if we need to. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I just want to say like he's been making sure the Jeep is in absolute pristine condition, that there's nothing wrong with it, and nothing can go wrong with it.
For sure. Alright, so he's just been making sure it's been operating at maximum capacity.
Yeah.
Alright, next up's Glow. What have you been doing in the off time?
Okay, well after that last heist we did, I broke a lot of computers and paraphernalia in the building when I was there, so I'm kind of keeping a low profile for that reason. And also, I got a bunch of little space skinheads that have taken a dislike to me.
You say
So I'm kind of dodging them too.
Yeah, the neo-Nazis.
Oh right, yeah.
I got these guys called the Red Chrome Legion. I messed up one of their businesses a while back. After a dead drop went bad.
Yeah.
There was like a mix-up with the bags, and they took an EMP device that basically killed half of them and ruined their business.
Yeah.
So they're none too pleased with me at the moment. But I've also been, just hanging out at the record store,
Right.
getting that happening, and cultivating a relationship with my partner, my happy relationship.
That's right. You have a girlfriend.
And that's about it.
Cool. Fantastic.
I love when my man cultivates his relationship with me. It really.
Yeah.
Is that like innuendo? Like cultivate the relationship.
He's
Cultivate it.
He's demonstrating his commitment, man.
So that's basically it. And maybe the money's burning a hole in my pocket a little bit. And I'm also keen to get a sort of beat on where the that giant genetically modified wolf is.
Oh yeah.
That took my arm because
more.
yeah, that's one of my long-term goals.
Cool. Fantastic. All right. I'll set that up. And Gent, what have you been doing in your time off?
Well, Jen's been doing 2 things. So, first one is after his pathetic showing of shooting his pistol. during the last heist, he's decided that he's going to go and join a gun club and actually train on how to shoot.
Oh yeah, sick.
So that's a progressive task that he can be doing in terms of improving that in his spare time.
Fantastic.
Coupled with that, he's also, while in the
It's a
guitar
conservative task, if you ask me. Sorry.
he's also in the guitar shop writing a song. He's working on an epic tune, and it's going to be the greatest song of all time. So he's taking some Tenacious D vibes and going for the ultimate ballad, which will enslave the masses.
All right, fantastic. That sounds perfect. He's composing and working on his gun skills, which kind of lacking at the moment. Well, great. So there's this guy attached to these offices. He sort of lives like in the back of the storage unit. His name's Lucky, and he runs a pawn shop. It looks like this.
What?
Do you guys
Lovely.
see in roll 20?
He looks like my old landlord.
Little bit.
Hollow point ammo, Nerd Detector. Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
see.
So all of this is stuff
Wait,
you
how
can
much-
buy.
How much money do we have?
You can in your journals, if you open your player journal and tab over to in your character sheet, tab over to inventory, you've got a Eurobucks section near the top.
Good.
So this guy, he only has essentially like one of each of these items, but he gets new stock in all the time. So these will rotate quickly, but yeah, anything you guys want to buy to improve your chances in the next heist, you can.
What is a nerd
Do
detector?
this before and after. Yeah, I can explain what all of these do if you ask. So a nerd detector.
I want to know the Raven Nike.
Sure. A node detector reveals nearby network nodes up to 10 meters, allowing for net running or counter net running. So, say there's a net runner in the building that's fucking with you. You can use these to find a node and then essentially disable that part of the network for him.
It's alright.
Or it can be an intrusion point for your own net runner to get in there and fight. The Raven boots. They actually give you +2 to move, so they make you move faster and further.
Oh.
In combat.
And what does this shopkeep sound like?
Lucky actually doesn't talk.
No, he's Polish though. He looks at you with a Polish accent,
Yeah,
even though he doesn't say anything.
yeah, stares in Polish.
That's Polishly.
He's one of the he's pretty much the only character in this game who won't be voiced. And it's because he, as you can see, he's taken some neck damage. He's got a lot of cybernetic replacements in there. And his voice box doesn't exactly work. He can talk through a text-to-speech function, but he chooses not to because he sounds terrible.
It sounds like the opening to Living on a Prayer.
Yeah.
Nothing? I thought that was funny.
I'm just imagining the Stephen Hawking's like Family Guy impersonation.
Do you want to buy
Oh yeah. Oh baby.
Calcin gives him like a nod of acknowledgement for his reluctance to speak. He's found a kindred spirit. Does he just stare Polishly at Calcin?
Basically, yeah, he's just looking at you.
Okay.
He's not doing anything. No response at all. Yeah, so does anyone want to buy anything?
Yeah, I think Calcin's probably the closest to a netrunner we have in our team, so I want to get him a nerd detector.
Okay.
Counter any net running fucking nonsense we come across.
So
There's 2 node detectors in this picture. What's the
that's
difference?
right. He just has 2 of them.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Well.
that's 1 sold. Subtract 300 eddies from your eddies.
Well, if you want to buy both the node detectors, I will concede
Can do that
because
too.
I'm very poor.
Whichever
You
you
got,
would like to do.
got any nodes, bro? I need some node, man.
Yeah, Jen can take both of them if he wants to buy both of them. Otherwise,
I
I'll
don't,
just do one.
I don't need any nodes. You get as many nodes as you want.
Give me a node.
Give me that node.
Anybody else? Any purchases?
Nah, I'm good.
You good, Glow?
I think Glow. I think Glow is good. I don't think Glow can sort of discern a use for any of that stuff
Alright.
at this time. Bye, Lucky.
Straight in. Lucky's
He just
gone.
taps on the glass.
I nodded like.
So our story begins this evening, or today actually, on the Upper East Side, as I said. So you're all inside this storage unit. It's, as you can see, the size of a small office, and it's the main location for the Kick-Ass Escort Service. Back when he was still using the handle of Mick Ivanovsky, Chad bought this storage unit on the cheap. You're obviously not supposed to have an office in here, but when the cops came down on him, he sort of had to make do with what he had. Outside, there is a bunch of automated turrets set up with cowboy hats securely mounted on the top of them. They're run by a demon, but Chad doesn't have the funds to keep them all loaded, so only one of the 6 actually works as defense.
They run by a demon?
Yeah, it's sort of like a
Hey,
low
can we just recap
functionality
that?
AI.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. So just not like a, an entity.
Literal demon.
No, it's more like a.
That's right.
It's a complex program that can do like one function extremely well.
Yeah, right.
That's about it. So they don't talk or do anything interesting. It's just like if you put them in control of something, they can run it for you.
So they're not like wifey material like Cortana.
Oh no. They're not close to people.
Yeah, but
So inside is what you see. Across the walls at the back, you can see all these computers, but they're not new computers. They're just sort of whatever he could scrounge up. There's a bunch of open cases with jacks and interface cables strewn around. He's sleeping on a futon in the corner of the room, out of sight. And there's this big wide couch sort of facing a TV that's sort of near where the shot is taken from. So at the moment, all 3 of you are sitting on this couch, Glow, Cal, and Jen, while Shiro's sort of standing in the back at the desk going over like some paperwork. And as you can see, it's not really much for space, it's not much for equipment, but we're getting by.
All right.
The TV is suddenly filled by a news broadcast. And on it appears an anchor. He says, "Violence in the night city streets. Hello, I'm Marco Riviera with News Network 54. Our top story today, Dynalar Industries Research Center was attacked on Wednesday by a crazed booster gangers seeking to steal the chemical components for the manufacture of purple dust. Dynalar representatives have assured us that the heist was unsuccessful and attributed the attack to the synthetic drug and a corresponding rise in domestic terrorism. Several employees were killed in a chaotic raid that began with a seemingly impromptu rock show in the reception area and ended with a shootout behind the building. Who is to blame for this new wave of fear gripping our streets? Is another war brewing? Stay tuned." And on the TV, you see cell phone footage that's been uploaded to the data pool of crowds storming the guards away from the front desk while Gent's hauling ass in the other direction with guitar in hand. And it cuts to CCTV footage that's also been put online. And you can see the whole team shooting your guns off and blowing shit up in the parking lot. You can see Enrique's mangled corpse and the other bodies you left behind. All your faces are clearly visible, but the first set of footage is shaky. There's no proper close-ups or anything, and there's no mention of your names. So that's what you guys are seeing. Any comments or concerns?
So our Netrunner hack ended before we, got out of there, right?
Yeah, it was just before you got out of the building.
Damn.
Because we couldn't shoot for shit, and it took us like 5 hours to kill the 3 guards.
I think I was using a sword at the time as well.
Uh,
Or a knife.
Shira is
And I
a
think
little concerned.
Chad had all those grenades that, like, didn't work very well.
Guys, do you think we should be worried?
No, but we should all get some haircuts, like ASAP.
Probably good idea. I will grow a beard.
So no, I guess no big deal. Or no one's super concerned. I suppose Chad would be concerned, but he's busy right now.
Nice. Maybe he like sees it on the TV while he's on his date.
I hope so. I hope he spills his drink and comes sprinting back to the office like, guys, did you see the news?
Perhaps we should sort of maybe not leave this base for a while and not buy anything big so we don't blow our cover.
Everyone be cool.
That seems like a good idea.
That's cool.
Laying low.
Good idea.
Jen, you get a text. It's from your buddy Seb.
That's my cousin who's in the Latino gang.
That's right. He's got a cousin, and it says this. It's in the chat.
Who's in a Latino gang.
So I'm just reading the text over your shoulder.
So yes, Jen knows Seb. He's part of a crime syndicate, specifically the Valentino crime family. He was adopted by the syndicate when he was a kid, and the Valentino family has strong ties to the Septims in Colombia. I think we made the comparison that Seb was sort of like Gent's Roman from GTA 4 when he came to the country. So he sort of showed him around and got him into the business.
Like Joffrey's to the
to the hero of Kamash or whatever. Yeah, for sure. So the Valentinos run Haywood, but combined, their syndicate also controls the entire North Side District and Little Italy. That's hard to say. Little Italy.
Say that again.
Little Italy. The Valentinos also own the Falcone building, which is what he's mentioned in the text. But it's treated more like neutral ground for all the syndicate people. So do you want to relay this information?
We discussed with the guys, that this is an opportunity. If they're interested, let's do it. Of which the guys say yes, I'm assuming. Guys?
Need more money.
Let's talk about it.
You want to check it out?
We should probably weigh up the pros and cons of doing something like that before we...
I agree.
discuss.
Seb, what's Seb's role? What did he do? He showed who around?
He showed Gent around.
Okay. So Seb's like your boy. Spoke to my family, which is like crime family, right?
The Valentinos and the syndicate.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
So I say we should go, but if you guys don't want to go to lay low, I'll go by myself and put in a good word. We'll go from there.
yeah, we just shown up on CCTV footage. I'm interested in seeing what the job is, but if it's like, break into a corporate building, probably not. It's like, go shoot some wood in the back of the head. Might be a little.
It might just be like a drop off or something.
Is there a chance of animosity, or it's just like a crime family with no sort of...
no affiliation here.
No priors? Okay.
This is just sort of in the avenue of just a job, right? Like, this is just like more cashola.
Hmm.
Well, in that case, I reckon we should just ignore it for now. Like, would there be a penalty for ignoring it?
This is you're all on the hustle.
Your friend
right?
Seb has already like spoken to his people about, and they want to meet us. So like, I don't know.
I'm just dubious
Can we
because
make them come to us instead?
I don't think so.
I don't think we want to invite them into like our
Probably not.
pad. I think either we go and meet them, or I think we should go and meet them. Just do it because like they're Oh, maybe we should suggest a really like secret location or something.
Well, they.
They're
seem
crazy. They'll have all their stuff figured out. We just have to like tell them yes or no.
Yeah, so he wants you guys to come to the Falcone building. You can roll. Any one of you can roll Streetwise to see if you know anything about the building.
Okay, I'll roll streetwise.
Who's got a high streetwise?
Main building.
Glow should. She's a fixer.
Well, before we do anything, like let's have a consensus. What do we want to do here? Are we gonna do it?
I'm on. Cal's on.
I think if we go, we should have some sort of plan just in case, like disguises or, I don't know, like an explodey thing.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, can we do disguises? I think I'd be good with that.
But, like, what do you mean? Is in disguises
You
on the
disguise
way
yourself.
to get
I think they want to meet you. Like they
Exactly.
Want to
Like
meet
you can't like arrive with a mustache
Well,
and
they'll
then
just
take
be
the
meeting
mustache
us.
off.
She'll like introduce ourselves as ourselves, but just like maybe like get a fake beard,
How about just change
one of those
clothes?
glasses with the fake nose on.
Wear a hoodie and change clothes.
I don't want to be
Before
identified.
we get there, we need a way to travel to and from this place without getting seen by anyone else. Like regardless of if these people know us or not.
Yeah, was our flying jeep caught on camera anywhere?
No, we didn't have that in the last one.
All right, so that's okay.
Why don't we just take the flying jeep and then subtly make our way to the rendezvous?
How about we make 2 stops? Let's just get rid of all this money somewhere safe that we just made, and then maybe mosey on down.
I think your money's in your account, like a credit account. So that's taken care of.
Okay.
Now you just gotta get, whatever else you think you need.
So hang on that, I've got 3,000 something euro dollars. How much did we get for this heist?
You all got $950.
For that heist?
Yeah.
Yeah, yikes, alright.
Euro bucks.
That's like 1 pack of ammunition, Hollow Point.
So,
Yeah, and we killed a guy for it. We
Yeah.
killed several guys for it.
And we used like fucking 10 packs of ammunition.
yeah.
But we bought 1 pack of ammunition.
Can I roll for streetwise to see
Yes.
if I know about this building?
Absolutely. Cool. You got a 16. All right. Yeah. Cool. You beat the roll. So it's a massive and very intimidating structure that holds some 3 dozen smaller establishments concentrating on manufacturing and distribution. It's also a place where a lot of crime families, not boosters, but crime families within the syndicate hold emergency meetings. But they've really only used that in wars against corporations to band together and figure out ways to stay afloat. So
the Falcones, are they like a public-facing kind of?
there is no Falcone family. That's just the name of the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the Valentinos you guys are meeting.
Valentinos.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. The Valentinos, they like public?
Reasonably, yeah. They
Like the Third Street Saints.
Yeah. They're out there. They're not celebrities or anything, but people know who they are.
Right.
So you gather that it must be pretty important if you guys are meeting there.
Okay, yeah.
Would we sort of discern any more knowledge if I rolled streetwise, or would it just be the same shit?
That's pretty much all the information you can get about just the building.
Yeah.
So everyone's heading to the meet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so you head outside. It's a bright and sunny day.
Right.
And you all hop in Chad's EEC Air Jeep.
Who's driving? Shiro or Cal?
I'll let you pick.
Cal's driving.
Cal jumps in the driver's. All right, Shiro's gonna.
He just did all that touch up on it. He wants to take it for a test drive.
Shiro's gonna,
Does flying jeeps classify as like normal driving skill?
it's an AV, so it classifies as an aero pilot check.
Do you have to have like a skill for that?
Yes, but he does and I do.
Very good.
So either of us can drive. Cher's gonna hop in the back and just like start listening to music on her headphones.
Oh, we just pile in.
I'm in the truck. All right, I'm gonna roll.
You're gonna jump in the back.
Okay.
I want to be in the. I want to be in the seat that gets the deployable MG.
You're in the shotgun.
All right.
So we got Callan, Jen up front, and me and Glow in back. So traffic is pretty light through the city center and north side. You don't see anything too crazy as you're driving around. It's the middle of the day, so there isn't much gang activity. You can see city scum wandering the streets, which are people who are sort of between homeless and having a home. And yeah, you guys are driving through. Do you want to text or call Seb or anything on your way?
Yeah, text him on the way.
What do you text him?
How far away are we? Are we 10 minutes away?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, so text him, be there in 10 minutes.
Okay. He's pretty quick on this one. This is what he sends in a text reply.
What?
That's reassuring.
That's terrifying.
I love a good smiley face.
I know.
Yeah.
You're not in trouble.
That's
Like,
included.
like that just like would be
Yeah,
so
let's set
confusing.
off red
Hey,
flags
we're gonna
everywhere.
be here, do this. Like, you know, fucking rock up and bring the
Not
guys.
there.
Okay,
No, you-
we'll be there in 10.
You're
I'm
not
not there.
in
But you're not in trouble. Yeah, what the fuck?
I think you trust this guy.
I think at this point, after reading the message, Glow puts her head down and tries to get away from all of the windows in the vehicle.
Okay. So you pull up outside the front of the building. You can see a group of guys standing in suits outside. You don't see any weapons, but a couple of them wearing long coats and hats and stuff, so it's pretty obvious that they're concealing something. If you look at their hands, you can see that they're fully bogged out, like full metal. They're not even hiding it. It's obvious.
Do I have like a perception check I can do?
Yeah, you can, but they're not really hiding. They're not hiding how dangerous they are.
No, not on them, just in general.
Yeah.
Awareness. Yeah, there we go. So 20.
You got a 6. So, yeah, you don't. There doesn't appear to be anyone else around, but you can sort of see that the collection of guards are not. They're probably not all working for the Valentinos. It's a mix of different uniforms and get-ups that they've got.
Weird.
Some of them are like, they have full cybernetic modifications, so they're basically a bot from the neck down. Like, it's a full body conversion. And just by eyeing them, you can see that these guys are really heavy duty.
It's fully Adam Jensen'd up.
Yeah. So you pull up and stop. One of them comes over to the driver's side window and looks over the team. And he says, hey, can I help you folks?
I guess I'm driving. He's like, we're here to meet Seb's family.
And now we're definitely all dead.
Well, I don't know. You guys can speak up. It's a free action.
Just as the guard approaches you and says, hey, can I help you guys? A Delamain combat cab pulls up behind you, and Chad comes barreling out of it. He's like, sorry, guys.
So, for rocking up late.
And the guard sort of turns to you, and he's like, are you with these guys?
And I say,
And Glow says, fuck off.
To the guard, or?
Yeah.
No, we say it's Gent, Esco, Shred here to see Seb and the gang. And yes, that guy's with us.
All right, the guard nods at Gent, thankfully, sort of scowling at Glow.
Thank you, Chad.
He says, all right, give me 1 second, Haas. And he steps back a bit and puts his hand up to his ear. And you can see his eyes sort of flickering with like cyber optic communication. He's asking a couple questions out of earshot. He comes back to you guys, and he says, "Where are you guys from? What organization?"
Our organization?
He says,
We
"Yes."
With a kick-ass service. Chad. What's the name of the company, Chad?
Kick-ass delivery service, where our couriers
Kick-ass
are
delivery
expendable,
service.
but your package is not.
Okay. God says, God kind of laughs. He says, "All right, yeah. Kick-ass escort service. I got it. Leave your car here. We'll park it around back for you. You guys have a good time, all right? Stay safe." And he opens the door for you
can I
to get
try
out.
something?
Thank you, kind metal man.
He says, he nods at you.
Yeah, you guys want to go in the building?
Everybody getting out?
Let's go inside.
All right.
Okay, so we all walk in, I guess.
Yeah, you guys get out, and in front of you is this massive skyscraper. Now, at this point in the future, technology's sort of advanced to where you can have a factory inside a larger building. Like, it doesn't have to be a big-ass warehouse with its own ventilation and smokestacks and stuff. You can actually stack them on top of each other and be way more efficient and just have them all in one giant fucking building. And that is what this building is. It's a bunch of factories and manufacturers and all that in there. It's literally anything could come out of this place except drugs. It's a family thing, but the Valentinos don't move drugs. They just don't. They don't do anything with drugs, even if the rest of the syndicate does. That's like the one thing Gent knows about them, is that Valentinos don't fuck with drugs. But gambling, prostitution, fraud, all that shit's easy breezy.
Okay, no drugs.
So you guys are there, you're on the doorstep, and there's a bunch of guards there waiting for you to go inside.
Alrighty, I'm gonna walk up to one of the guards and just start chatting in Danish.
All right. He puts his hands up and he's like, "I don't know, lady. I don't speak whatever language that is. Here." And he holds the building door open for you. He's like, "Go on."
Okay, and I'd like to pickpocket him as I'm walking past, if that's okay.
Sure, roll pickpocket. This is going to be difficult, though, because there's like 4 other guys around him. You got a 13.
I got a 13.
Okay. He sees what you're doing, and he just sort of like shuffles back a bit away from you. He's like, "What the hell? Go!" He points to the door.
Worth a try. He's probably like, there's a crazy Danish woman.
trying to pick your hand wallet.
Yeah, just some weird cultural differences.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, she saw some shit in the war.
God 1 looks to God 2 and goes, "What a crazy bitch."
and as Chad goes by, he tries to pickpocket as well. No.
No. Okay.
Guys, come on.
All right. So when you guys go inside, there's even more guards on the inside of the door, and they sort of flank you. They follow you the entire time. You go across a huge, beautiful atrium to another doorway that's flanked with more securities. One of the guys, he's unarmed, and he's holding long strips of orange paper in his hand. He's kind of short. He's got a thick mustache and a bald beard. And he looks over the group and he says, "Weapons, please."
I give you.
All right, I'm gonna give my sword over again. I'm gonna keep my knife because no one can see that.
Okay, so you're gonna hand over your sword.
Yeah.
He takes it off you and he says, "Thank you, ma'am." And he wraps one of the strips.
And then I
of
say
paper
something in
around.
Danish.
What do you say?
I go, I just say "fuck you" in Danish, but he's none the wiser.
Yeah, this guy doesn't speak Danish. He just like sort of smiles and like nods, kind of confused, and wraps the piece of paper around the weapon and sticks it. He tears off a stub and hands it to you. and then he hands the sword to another guard, and they take it away.
Okay, I give up my Arasaka automatic shotgun and try to keep my Avenger medium auto pistol.
Okay. He takes
So
the
that's
shotgun and he says, "Thank you, sir." And that's it. Next up, Cal steps forward.
Yeah, I give him my gun.
Okay. Hand over your pistol. He says, "Thank you very much." Puts the piece of tape on it, gives you a stub.
I handed my piece, my Colt AMT Model 2000. Slap it on the table.
Cool. He says, "Thank you very much, sir." And they take it away. After the weapons are out of sight, one of the other guards, is a bigger, more imposing looking guy, sort of steps forward and he says, "Any other weapons we should know about, fellas, ladies?" Shiro reluctantly hands over her pistol as well.
I don't think I'm going to declare my hidden blade.
Nothing.
No,
Yeah.
keep the hidden blade. I'm just questioning the medium pistol.
Chad and Freya look at each other awkwardly.
Okay.
It's like, because if it was like a snub like one or something, it'd be like concealable, but like, isn't that just like a relatively big pistol?
Yeah.
I remember I picked the auto pistol because I remember it being concealable.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you could conceal
right.
it from the naked
In,
eye. but
yeah, like
they
in
might have-
public, like, you know, you can have your jacket over it and people won't see you, but if you're getting like frisked by like a
It's
security
Yeah,
guy.
it's this guy's job, and he's gonna look you guys over to see if he spots anything.
Okay, fair enough. I guiltily hand him the auto pistol as well.
Just as
I'm
he
keeping the
notices,
grenade though.
he just barely notices a big bulge in your pockets, like way bigger than it normally should be. And he's
Chad
like-
hands security guard the second combat shotgun.
Chad hands him.
Sorry.
But the
Forgot
guard's
about this
the
one.
guard's still eyeing your lumpy pockets, and he's like, "Okay, is that everything?"
And the grenades.
I guiltily give him the grenade.
Okay, the guy like shakes his head and like hands them all to another guy, and the short guy gives you 2 extra stubs to pick up those as well.
How many guards are we standing in front of at the moment?
There's
2?
about 6 of them now, because you got flanked by some
Okay.
from the door, and then there's 4 at the checkpoint.
They really don't trust us.
No, they don't trust anyone. This is a headquarters.
Yeah, no, the big mob syndicate.
They invited us, so we've got nothing to fear, hopefully.
Cool. So one of the other
Valentine.
guys opens the door for you ahead, and you guys walk in. You're on the ground floor, and you can see elevators on either side to take you wherever. Ahead, there's a couple different areas for different groups or companies, but they're all like segmented floor to ceiling with black plate glass dividers, so you can't really see what people are doing from the outside. One of the closer establishments has a guy waiting out the front of it, and he opens the door for you, and it's a full-on lounge. There's a fully stocked bar with a small stage for solo musicians. There's clean white synth leather couches. It's all lit with purple neon. Behind the bar, there's no tender. Instead, it's a pair of robotic arms on a rail that's connected to a ring of mics and speakers for voice activation. And you guys sort of file in.
Yeah.
There's a few patrons. Some look like the security outside. Some of them look like they're important people. They're mingling with each other, relaxing. The feeling inside isn't tense, but it's kind of serious. You get the feeling that these people are here for business. Some people look up at you, but they don't really look twice.
How about we proceed to...
Yeah, do we still have guards like backing us? Are we being motioned somewhere?
They sort of escorted you inside the lounge and then left.
So I guess...
Yeah, so we're here.
There's still some.
Oh, wait, are we
outside the
just
door.
waiting
Yeah,
for
Jen,
the...
Jen, where's your buddy?
Yeah, like, I'll text my cousin Doing
wait,
like,
no, he's not there. We don't know what to do. Yeah, text him and
yeah, I'm gonna text him, be like, yo, dude,
Just
we're like
hanging out.
in the lobby. The fuck, bruh? Question mark. Send.
Okay.
Just vibing. I guess I'll go get a drink.
And that was
Out
DA
the
space
night.
FAQ space
The fuck?
BRAH question mark.
You got it.
I guess Chad's gonna like stand in the corner and mope because his grenades, his auto pistol, and shotgun
That's
have
very
all been
naked.
taken away from him.
He feels naked.
he feels vulnerable, so he's just gonna sit in the corner and mope.
All right. Chad sits down in the corner.
Could
to start
we-
moping.
Maybe not sit down. But
Would
he's
it
just
be
gonna
worth?
awkwardly stand there.
Would it be worth since we have like an open bar situation? Would it not be worth before we go to this meeting just pretend to get completely shit faced?
You can get.
So we just walk in there
Shit-faced.
completely
Cal-
unassuming.
Did you
Cal
say
has a drinking
pretend?
problem.
Wait, like, are we getting shit faced or what?
No, I'm just saying. If we don't really know exactly what we're walking into, could we just pretend that we've just completely written ourselves off? So maybe they handle us like a bit, a bit differently, and we
Yeah,
just
you wanna
play drunk.
discuss that with us?
This is
Be
a-
like, hey guys.
This is a business opportunity though. Like, we should be just sitting there waiting. We can have a drink, but
You
like,
guys
I
are
don't
all
think it's...
talking in character right now.
Cal's over at the bar getting a drink already.
Okay, fantastic.
We're all going in to get a drink.
So,
We're getting a drink as well,
wait,
but pretending to drink it because I thought we discussed that.
Yeah, whenever anyone's looking, you like pours it into the pot plant or something.
Yeah, I throw the 99% alcohol drink on the floor where it strips the paint off.
That's right. It just like starts burning the fucking bar top.
Chad, are you stepping up to the bar as well?
He might as well.
All right. Shiro's gonna go. She's gonna go to the bar, but she's not gonna say anything. She's just gonna sit there and sort of hang out. So you guys step up to the bar, and out of a little speaker mounted on the bar, like a robotic voice talks to you. Welcome, sir or madam. Do you wish to purchase something?
3 tequilas, please.
And what are the rest of us having?
Yeah, that's right. Wait, there's 4 of us. No.
Of
That's
course,
not, I'm
madam.
getting.
And he serves you up a tequila. Yeah, the 3 shots of tequila you ask for. And you get 10 eddies automatically deducted from your account.
Alrighty. I pretend to drink all of them, and I really just throw them on the floor. But the tequila smells delicious.
The robot turns to Gent, or the arms slide along the rail to in front of Gent. He says, "Welcome, sir or madam. Do you wish to purchase something?"
And then he gets 1 Jack Daniels and then drinks it.
So you ask for a Jack Daniels. He says,
And then this time, it's like old number 5,438.
"Sir, we have not stocked Jack Daniels since 2001. Please select another beverage."
What about Jeff Daniels?
Or, like, okay, insert modern cyberpunk whiskey here. Drinks whiskey.
Certainly, sir. He serves you up a drink. He says, "Please enjoy your alcoholic beverages. Consume responsibly." And then he slides along to Cal.
Give me the one with the willy nut.
Certainly, sir. Shit, I can't remember what that drink's called. It's like a Nomad Special or something? I don't know.
Probably.
Anyway,
Yeah,
he
Nomad
serves it up
Special.
to you. Cool. Do you guys want to look around to see if you like recognize anyone or if you can talk to anyone?
Yeah. I'm gonna go over to the best looking person in the
roll an
room,
awareness.
and I'd like to use my fast talk, persuasion, and fast talk, if I can.
Okay, so the the prettiest looking person in the room is a flamboyant looking Italian guy in an expensive suit. He's got watches, jewelry, Kiroshi optics. He's blinged out, and you want to walk up to him and say what?
Could you just explain to me what the persuasion roll is for?
Well, it's if you want to convince
no,
someone.
perception rather.
Perception. It's awareness. It's oh well, you can do awareness, which is like situational awareness, or you can do human perception, which is like trying to figure out what people are thinking or what they're gonna do.
Okay, I reckon I'm just gonna go up to this guy and just really quickly just be like, "What's your name? What are you about? What are you doing here?" And what information do you have about the rest of the folks in the bar, in the building itself? So can I roll
He says,
for persuasion?
Whoa, lady, that's way too many questions. What the hell are you doing?
Hey, I'm walking here.
Tell me.
Hey!
Hey, hey, what the fuck?
You should probably set it in danger.
Lady- Forget about it. Said forget about it.
Basically, I just want to know the sort of lay of the land and who's who at this place, because I imagine it's some sort of like Star Wars cantina type thing where everyone's doing their own deals and having their own conversations about different stuff.
Cheap
That would be a
dirty jobs.
streetwise. That would be a streetwise check, which is I believe it's under cool, which is on the right. It's like the third section down.
All right, I'll roll that.
All right, roll for streetwise. And an 18. Fantastic. All right, you recognize everyone in here. You actually know who all of those people are. The guy you just walked up to and started yammering off questions at is Frankie Moretti. He's like a boss and promoter for the Night City casinos. He runs fights, nightclubs, comedy clubs, anything in entertainment. He's the big cheese. You see a guy dressed like a pastor. He's a priest named Father Mateo. He's the head of the Catholic community in Night City. All the churches report to him. And his organization is sort of, they do like absolving, which is like making people disappear, getting them new identities, that sort of thing. There is a huge fucking guy, like a big, thick, hulking dude looking like a straight up tank. His name's Bruno, and he launders money for different people in the syndicate through a chain of stations and department stores. Krispy Kremes, all kinds of shit. He's got all sorts of businesses. And the last guy is Dante Valentino, one of the lieutenants for the Valentino crime family. He's pretty low level, but not quite street level. You guys don't really know who he is personally, but Jen knows him through affiliation. They've met once or twice, maybe.
That's all very interesting. Am I able to do another action while I'm taking all of this in like a sponge?
Sure. What do you want to do?
I'd like to ask Frankie Moretti if he'd like to hear a joke. Since he's a comedian or he owns comedy clubs and all.
All right, Frankie's slightly bewildered by your sudden change of topic, but he's like, okay, what's up?
Okay, and then Glow's going to shout from across the room to the pastor, and she's going to say, what did the two Catholic priests say when they walked into an orphanage?
Frankie says...
And everyone goes quiet.
What?
Whole room is quiet. Everyone's put down their drinks and has stopped their conversations. And then Glow says, let us pray. P-R-E-Y.
Damn, learn to
Let me
read a ring.
think.
Can I roll for laughter?
You can roll for... I'm going to let you pick like an empathy skill. Like whether you want to do like social or persuasion. One of those two.
Yep, let's roll for persuasion.
Okay. 21. Okay. You rolled a 3. All right. Frankie gets it, and he kind of has a chuckle, but most of the room is dead quiet. Cool.
Oh, man.
What do you guys want to do? The rest of you.
I am miffed because the robot skipped me.
Oh, sorry. Did the
When
robot
we're-
not get to you? Sorry. NPC. Robot bartender says. Oh, shit. He says,
Free drink.
welcome,
Free
sir
drink for
or
Shad
madam.
Kick-Ass.
Do you wish to purchase something?
I want to see your manager. I want to talk to your manager.
I'm sorry, sir. I do not understand. Please
I want.
order
want-
Please
a
say
drink.
a drink.
I want to talk to your manager, you piece of bucket of bolts and shit.
One of them,
Something like that.
one of the guys who's standing by Dante Valentino, he's like a tall dude. He waves to you guys. He says, "Hey, gent, over here." And the robot's still just sort of quivering in place.
I
Right.
turn around and I say, "I'll deal with you later," and walk off in the direction of our guy.
Fantastic. So you guys walk over to Dante, I guess.
Yeah, Cal slams his drink and walks over.
All right.
Or stumbles over.
Dante, he sits up and he looks at you, and the bodyguard that calls you over or called you over, he gives you like a fist bump. He's like, "Hey man, what's up?" And you recognize him as a guy named Lucas Ricci from your contacts that you've done a couple jobs with before for the Valentinos. He's a friend of yours, Lucas.
Okay.
And Dante sort of like waves him down. He's like, "Hey, leave him alone." How you doing, guys? Welcome. Sort of like, yeah, holds out a hand for you guys.
Cool. Where is Seb?
He says, "Seb's out running a mission for me. Got some shit on the burner." He's like tapping his foot. He seems kind of impatient. He's like, "Hey, why don't we take a walk outside? I need a smoke."
Okay.
So he gets up and he walks you guys over to the other side of the lounge, heading towards a different set of double doors. The guards are all staying close. And he takes
Okay.
out a pack of vintage cigarettes and offers them to you guys on the way. They're not like the new synthetic kind. They're like old school tobacco. It's expensive.
Okay. Something's weird right here. I want to do a perception check if I can. Like,
What are you
lots of
what are you
guards.
looking for? What are you trying to perceive?
I'm
Rape
just trying
vibes.
to, yeah, just like see their stances. Are they expecting a fight? Like,
Okay.
are we in trouble?
So that would be human perception.
Human perception.
You can actually add your combat sense to that. So roll human perception, and then just add 10. I think you have.
Okay, so that's a 17. And combat sense.
Sick.
37.
Your combat sense is you would just add it to the initial roll. So a flat 10 on 17 is 27.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, these guys aren't expecting a fight. They're not like tense, like ready to fight. They're just they don't know what's gonna happen. Everyone's like maybe uneasy, but not quite like, you know, fingers on the trigger or anything. They're not ready to fight. They're just just a little uncomfortable.
They've just seen us kill all these people on TV as well.
Oh, so they're twitchy, righto.
So do any of you take the cigarette he offers you guys?
Cal does.
I take the.
Cal takes one.
I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna light it though.
Yeah, same. I'll take it, just to be polite.
Is Cal lighting up straight away?
Yeah, it's shaking his smoke.
Hey, I'm gonna take it and light it.
Okay. The robot bartender says, "Sir or madam, please refrain from smoking inside." And,
I look at the guy who just gave me the cigarette and like shrug at him.
Dante, like, he just smiles and laughs. He's like, fucking robots.
Nice.
Cool.
Fucking tin cans.
So you guys step outside. Through the doors, there's like a covered alleyway that's guarded and fenced in. The only other people out there, like down at the far end, you can see a pair of Japanese dudes in like uniforms, like restaurant uniforms, playing cards. But it's just like
smoking over.
Yeah, it's just like a self-contained smoking section outside. When you get out, Dante and Lucas both start smoking. Dante turns to you and he says, "Okay, so you brought your crew with you. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at you." He turns back to Jen. He says, "So you must be the rocker, huh? I heard a lot about you."
Hi. Yes, I am.
He's like, "You're acting kind of strange, man."
In the chat.
It's like, you're fucking kind of awkward. Jesus Christ, Glow. He says, "Yeah, Seb told me about you. He's a good kid. He's been bringing us a lot of good shit. But your little business has been causing a bit of hubbub out there. Who's the owner of that business here?"
I put my hand in front of him like I'm going to shake his hand, and I say, "Hi, Chad Kickass of the the Kickass
Escort company.
Escort company. Not that kind of escort."
The good kind.
Everybody laugh. Everybody thinks that's really funny.
Yeah, Dante laughs. Dante thinks that's hilarious. He says, yeah, heard you was a 6th Street boy. They used to be good friends of ours. Things got a little chopped. How you feel about doing some work for us every now and again?"
Absolutely. I got nothing to do with those guys no more.
He looks really happy. He says, great. Listen, boys, I'll cut to the chase. We don't usually meet like this. Usually we never fucking meet like this. But the Falcone building's a precaution I had to take. It's like this. Something happens in Haywood and we don't know about it. The family gets a little nervous. The idea of another corporal war has everyone talked up. And that little shitstorm at Dynalaw was an industrial, right on our doorstep. They just want to ask you a couple questions. They want to know which side of this you're on. You understand?
I follow.
No,
Me and my outfit, we follow.
He's kind of erratic. He says, "Okay, so
I don't say anything.
So no big deal. Don't worry about it. You're not in danger. Just answer a few questions and walk out the door. Drinks are free. You guys have fun." He tosses his cigarette into the street. And he says, "Excuse me for a minute." And he goes back inside with one of the guards, leaving Lucas outside with you guys to wait.
All right. In the meantime, how about, since we just had that, we're sitting in an alleyway, and since Chad's just a twitchy dude that likes to see the rooftops around him, perhaps I can do an awareness check to make sure there's not a sniper up there or something.
Sure. What are the rest of you guys doing while he's staring for snipers?
So that was a 15, and do I add combat sense to that as well?
Yeah, it's a combat-related check, so yeah, 25.
So that's
you don't see
25.
any snipers. There's no threats that you can see. Everyone's chill.
So are we just waiting for like these dudes, or like what are we doing right now?
Yeah, you guys are just waiting around in the alley with Lucas.
Yeah, Cal asks Lucas for another cigarette.
Lucas says, "I got some synth ones if you want."
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Cool. He takes out one of his little synth cigarettes and hands it to you.
And then Gent says, "Well, if he's getting one, I want one."
Lucas shrugs and gives you one. He says, "Say, how you doing, Holmes? Tell me a bit more about this business you're in. What do you guys do?"
Well, we deliver packages from A to B, and we will die trying to get them from A to said B.
Sound very convinced.
He laughs. He's like, all right. Well, do you guys do anything else? Like, do you help people out?
We certainly do from time to time, if the money's right.
I occasionally do vehicle repair.
This is the most awkward conversation
He
ever.
says, well, I got something if you're interested.
Absolutely. Let's hear it, buddy.
He looks around, sort of like checking to see if anyone's there. So he's kind of embarrassed. He's kind of self-conscious. He says, it's a little embarrassing, but listen, my kid, he's a good kid. I'm trying to give him the best life I can, you know. He doesn't go to NC High School. He goes to West Hill with all those stuffy little corpo shits, you know. It's real fancy. I didn't want him growing up on the streets. But this goddamn purple dust, or whatever they're calling it, that new drug that's got everybody wilding out and getting violent, it's taking the streets by storm. I'm scared that my kid, he might be into it. He sort of looks at you.
I can see why you're concerned.
That shit is awesome.
He says,
So you want us to beat up some little drug dealer for you?
look, I don't know if he's hanging out with the wrong types or what, but I can't get involved with it. If it goes bad, shit could come back on the family. So, what do you guys say? You want to talk some sense into my kid, put him on the right track, maybe help him out a little bit, and I'll throw you down something. I can pay well. You think you can do something like that?
This sounds like the kind of Mac work we can do. You can absolutely stake him out, have a look, and see what his day's like.
He says, thank you. Thank you, fellas, for taking care of this. I really appreciate it.
Problem.
Another
The
god.
Chad Kick-Ass Delivery and Counseling Service. The Chad Kick-Ass Delivery, Counseling, and Drug Intervention Service.
There you go. Glow's just advertising. He's like, dude, I get it. It's taken care of. I trust you guys.
Now, before you go, what's your little pelvic? Yeah, your pelvic sneezes fucking name.
Are you gonna actually ask the question like that, or?
No, fuck no.
All right, what do you?
If I'm drunk, can I ask that question?
Yeah.
I'm not drunk, but I'm pretending to be drunk. But
Right.
I've basically ruined the atmosphere of this party, and made a complete peg of myself. So I can pretty much get away with anything. So
After ordering 3 shots and then emptying them, you can get away with anything.
All right. He sort of scowls at you, and he's like, his name's Colin Ricci.
No problem.
and then Glow says, "Cullen."
Yes,
This
give
guy-
Colin.
There's this guy at the bar who then flips around in his chair, and it's actually Mr. Chang, and he just goes, "Gay!"
Okay. Yeah.
Jesus.
All right. One of the
That's quite the faux pas. Yeah.
one of the other gods.
Hang on a sec. Everybody read the chat and roll 22.
Makes another reach around there. Fantastic.
Great.
Cullen, reach around.
Dante comes back out to the smoking section with another god, and he says, "All right, we're ready for you."
I wanted to ask Lucas a question while we're just hanging out outside.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lucas, you know what the deal is here? Are you clued in? You know, what do they want to talk to us about?
Far as I know, it's just what Dante said. They just want to ask you a couple questions, make sure we're all on the same side here.
So just like a loyalty test?
He kind of chuckles, and he's like, "You'll see inside, kid."
Okay, sure. All right.
Okay, I guess we all walk in.
Just ready to
Cool.
yeah.
So, you guys go inside.
Yeah, I'll go.
I like the conference room, by the way.
Cool.
out of all of us.
Yeah, thanks. I didn't make this. So, so going inside, you can see that
Yes.
all of these booths around the walls are filled with different types of security. There's a group of big dudes in black tactical gear with mono katanas and black ballistic masks. You know, obviously solos. Behind the priest, this golden icon here, there's a pair of nuns with gold crosses like in their foreheads, and they have like full cybernetic hands. And then you can see a whole shit ton of Valentinos with gold cyber gear and roses and black leather. And finally, a bunch of unassuming tombs who you suspect work for Bruno, the big guy. He doesn't really invest in personal security because he can crush most people with one hand. So it's this big conference table with all these chairs around it. And at the far side, you can only see 4 seats are filled. There's Dante Valentino, who is sitting there. And then you've got Frankie Moretti, the Italian club owner that you went up to and tried to impress. Bruno the Beast, and the priest, Father Matteo, is the gold cross. So you boys are all in here, and you can choose where you sit at the table.
I'm gonna sit right here. How you going?
Sure, it's gonna sit there.
So I guess.
So yeah, Dante is like.
How's it going, big guy?
Dante sits down at the table and he waves to all of you to sit down. He says, "Sit down, sit down. You guys get drinks. You comfortable?"
Of course, Freya goes and sits right in the middle of the table because she's quote unquote drunk. Yes, thank you. Your waiter robot outside was very accommodating.
Would you like about to start a fight with him?
I feel like there's some like outraged Trade Confederation guy in the room, you know, he's like, "Oh, my droids would never do that." Jedi scum.
It looks like it's in
Lest we forget.
CIS,
Lest we. I did call the priest a kid fucker indirectly, so that's where we are.
He's not too impressed with you so far.
Yeah. I'd like to formally apologize for the actions of Freya over here.
Dante
indiscretions of
Dante laughs, but the priest like nods. Thankfully, he's respectful.
She's going through some rough times. So
the priest replies to you. He says, "Chad, kick-ass, is it?"
That is correct, Monday.
Says, "Mr. Chad, how do you feel about our organization?"
Kick-ass is fine. But I understand there is, like, I have a 6th Street background, and the relationship between the 6th Street and the Valentinos is somewhat frosty as of late. But I can assure you that I'm an independent contractor, and I have a lot of respect for the Valentinos when I worked with them in the past.
So the table seems satisfied with your answer. Frankie, the flamboyant guy, with all the bling, he looks at you and he says, I understand you used to operate under Mr. Morton in 6th Street. You ever take a little off the top? Let a crate fall off the wagon? You know what I'm saying?
No, never stole from my old boss. Wink, wink.
He smirks. He's like, "Sure, kid, sure." Bruno gets kind of impatient. He says, "I had enough pussyfooting. Let's get to the fucking point." And he looks squarely at Gent, and he says, "What the fuck happened at Dynalot?"
We were trying to make some money in a heist and it went wrong, and the rest you saw on the news.
Dante says, what were you there for? The news said you were there looking for drugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like pipe up and say, I'm gonna level with you guys. We were hired to plant a kill bug in their system because they were about to release illegal cyberware into the streets and turn Night City into an even bigger war zone than it is at the moment. We somewhat succeeded, a little too well. Not the cleanest cleanest contract that we've done, but I'm proud of my team's work nonetheless.
Dante speaks up again. He says, problem is, we made a deal to carve out a piece of that black market shit to help defend our people. Take the fight to bigger fish. And Frankie sort of adds on, he's like, luckily for you punks, we haven't lost any money yet, and any corp going up in flames is good news for us. But we made plans, and now we need to get those guns somewhere else.
I'd like to light the cigarette that I received earlier and smoke it inside the conference room.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say, I don't see how that's our problem. If you want to contract us to hire to find you these guns, we are willing to do it for a price. But I see what you're getting at. That was fair game for us in Night City way of doing things. if that makes sense.
Frankie seems okay with that. The priest, Father Mateo, is just scowling at Glow, like just furiously. He's like, he's like, he kind of sighs and rolls his eyes, and he fixates his attention back on Chad. He says, "Are you a religious man?"
I am incredibly American. I eat apple pie for breakfast. I piss red, white, and blue, not just because of my pancreatic cancer.
Christian nation.
But I have seen and done things that make me doubt the existence of a higher power, Father.
He smiles. I suppose that's normal now. Well, I don't have any more questions. What about you? And he sort of like looks around the table. And Bruno still seems sort of discontent. He says, look, all I want to know is, are you with us or against us?
Only Siths deal in absolute. I'd like that stated for the record.
I'd be like, it depends what you're asking us to do. Now, I didn't get to where I am currently by pussyfooting. If you have something for us to do, tell us. Don't waste our fucking time.
Dante looks over at Bruno and he says, "You all sweet, dude? These seem like cool people." And Bruno just like grunts. He's like, "I got nothing more to say." So Dante stands up and he says, "Okay, thanks for coming in, you guys. We'll contact you if we need anything else. Appreciate your time. You all stay safe and probably stay out of Little Italy."
I'd like to flick my lit cigarette near the pasta, if that's possible.
The pasta says, "Get the fuck out of here."
I want to turn around and say, don't disrespect my people. I've killed plenty of holy men before. They all bleed the same. I don't know. I'm not saying that.
Shiro's just edging towards the door. Security escorts you guys outside. Same guy as before. You get back to the security checkpoint. I hope you all kept your ticket stubs. Same guy as before collects them. He goes out and he gets your weapons. Puts all the bolts back on them to show they're not loaded, and takes the clips out to show that your ammo counts are all the same. And upon inspection, you can see that your weapons haven't been altered or messed with in any way. They're the same. The short, bald guy that gives you your weapons back holds his hand out, sort of motioning for a tip.
I hand him a grenade.
Anyone really?
A whole grenade. No way.
don't spend it all in one place.
No,
please.
no, dude. No, keep your grenade. Like, he holds his hand out and you high five him and walk away.
Oh, man.
Cal
Yeah.
gives him
I'll high
10
five him and walk away.
Let's go back to the bar. Let's see how drunk we can get
Charles,
Freya.
Oh yeah, can we get shit hammered at the bar before we leave?
Yeah.
Wasn't it free drinks anyway? So
It is an open bar, so you can grab something to go if you want.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
I grab a bottle of beer so I can huck it at some rubes while we drive back.
The as you guys are leaving
Oh,
with
please make him do like a check for that, just like on the way back. Slings it at the back of some teenager's head.
And as I walk through the bar, going out, I flip off the robot.
the robot, as you guys are leaving, he says,
my
consumption
circuits.
of alcoholic beverages in a public area is a direct violation of Penal Code 33876. Please do not remove open containers from the premises.
Okay, I huck the long neck at the robot. I miss and I hit one of the people at the bar in the back of the head. Instead of a fucking bar fight.
Jesus.
And the band in the corner just like flips over the guitar and it's like a banjo on the other side and starts playing the bar fight song.
Oh my god.
I don't think there's anyone in the bar anymore. It's just you guys and the bartender.
Oh man.
You guys, you get your weapons back. You go outside, and you're back outside the building.
Okay, so I turn to everyone and I say, I don't like this one bit, guys. There's something going on here. You know, corpo wars are good for business, but you know, my friends tend to die when they happen. Just want to let you know I don't want to take any unnecessary risks. You're all my family now. Remember, if you have any concerns, if you don't want to do this,
Cowboy
it's okay.
Daddy.
Chad, you're like the father I never had, man.
I want to ask Jen about how much he trusts this Seb dude.
Well,
Yeah, at all. We just kind of rocked up. It was like, yeah, Seb speaks for us, I guess. Yeah.
well, Cal, let me tell you, mate. I have had a lot of dealings with Sev. Basically, he was coined two sessions ago, and a little bit of backstory was padded out last time that he was my cousin, and this time he's involved in our latest saga. So don't fucking know, mate. Is the answer to that? Could be trustworthy, could be a total piece of shit. Only one way to find out. And
what
to be honest,
you feel about it, I guess.
he's not
What
up
does
to a
Jen-
good start though. You know what I mean?
What does Jen think about this whole situation?
Yeah, does this shit stink to you?
It's not off to a good start with his text messaging, and I'm pretty sure I messaged him what the go was. Did I get a reply for that? Can we check that?
No, I guess he hasn't responded to that yet. Yeah, he's still unresponsive. But Dante did mention that he'd sent him out on a job. So he's probably busy right now.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just leave that lead for now.
Shiro's gonna say to you guys, hey, should we go help out that kid?
What is that? What do we do about that?
He said his kid might be in some trouble involved with the bad people getting into that drug, purple dust, that you guys saw on the news, and has apparently been hitting the streets.
I say we don't pursue this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, what relation do we have to Lucas? Why do we care about Lucas?
Lucas is another friend of Gent's.
I don't know Lucas. Fuck Lucas in his ass.
I did emphasize, he offered to pay big, and you guys are all completely out of work right now. Like, no other jobs have come up.
Should we perhaps ask the question why we're the ones this guy wants to talk to the kid? Like, why are we suited
Yeah.
to that particular
Good
task.
point. Like that's a
A
bit of a
rag.
strange thing to be like, "Hey, brand new hired muscle,
Yeah,
can you help me with my
dudes.
child?"
Well, he trusts Jen at the very least, and by extension, people he trusts. But he mentioned that he can't get involved in case anything comes back on the family.
Right, that's right. So he needs like some people who
He
are
needs
outside of
deniability.
the family. He
But,
knows I'm the Dragonborn, so
Basically, from what he told you and how little he knows about it, his attitude seems to be like, I don't care how you handle it, just make sure his kid doesn't get hurt. Pull him out of the shit.
So,
Roger.
do you guys want to do it or not?
I mean, it seems like an easy get. It's just extracting a VIP.
it's like famous last words. I can't see it being that difficult.
There's no
Like-
way this could result in anything bad happening at all.
We're basically kind of fugitives at this point. And then a crime boss wants us to take care of his kid.
Yeah, I forgot we'd be.
I know you're trying to keep a low profile, but do you want to just stick your neck out? Yeah, and this,
Well-
you don't know how volatile this fucking kid is.
Yeah,
Maybe-
it's like just beating up a drug
Look,
dealer. It's not
Look,
gonna
these are all
last.
valid points. All I'm saying is I reckon we should just pen this one.
Yeah, he might in
So
a
you
week.
don't know
just
how
be like,
important this is or how not important it is.
yeah, he might be like, "What the fuck? You just gonna do this or not?" And if we don't do it, like, fuck you.
Or his kid could wind up dead, and then
Oh, that too.
you've made it.
Exactly. He might OD, and then like we, missed the chance to have a powerful Valentino owe us a favor.
And your
guess
reputation
so.
takes a hit because Chad's.
I was gonna say though, if like the dad was mad at you, that'd be pretty retarded. You'd be like, "What the fuck? Why did my kid OD?" You'd be like, "Bruh,
Because you're
Bruh.
a terrible father.
that's right.
Yeah.
You hired me like 15 minutes ago. You fuck."
I'm pretty keen to at least like check out what's going on before we step in and kick anyone's ass.
Well, let's look at this in like a relational kind of way. So this Lucas guy, where is he in this family?
He's
Is he
he's one of the he's like one of the right hand men to Dante Valentino.
If we don't do this, Lucas is going to be very, very upset.
So, like voting wise,
Oh,
do we
sure.
want to do this?
Just as a group, do we want to prioritize this?
Yeah, exactly. Like for next session, do we want to go
Yeah.
check it out?
Just
at
as
least?
like
Let's check it out. Let's
building
check it out.
relationship thing.
All right.
Yeah, I think
Exactly.
so. It's our first
So-
like side best thing off it. Let's just do it.
So you guys
So you
want
can
to
pay us.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, so you can pay us well, but the reputational gain is probably worth more.
And the
This guy
favor.
saved my kid. I'm not gonna
It's
kill
like
him.
Yeah.
doing it for the 1200 XP versus the 500 gold that you get.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the
But I want
contact.
both anyway, so that's fine.
That's session 1 complete, I guess. Good job. you
Awesome.
guys.
Again,
Alright,
guys, I'm
okay.
sorry
That
that
was
I
nice.
I'm sorry that I rocked up late, and also Reese, sorry for calling you Chris before. Sorry about that, man.
You could have just
I'm
let
glad-
that go. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, no, I had
I'm
no
glad you
idea.
brought it up, man.
God damn it.